Hey beloved, thank you for clicking my video and joining me on my corner of the interwebs. What's up guys? How you guys? How you doing? How's your quarantine life? It's lockdown life. Which one is it? I know it's crazy out there. A lot has been happening since this whole COVID-19 thing started, but you know, we're here, we're in it. There's nothing much we can do but stay home and be safe and wash hands and keep clean and avoid spreading the virus. That's all we can do. But while we're at it, no, see corona, chill. Yeah. While we're at it, I guess we can have conversations about certain stuff, you know. This period has taught me a lot, to be honest, because I've gone through phases, I guess, of this thing. Because at first I was like, damn, there's this pandemic happening. And then, to be honest, I wasn't serious about it until the first ever case came to my country. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's serious. I thought it's just, you know, those things that just happen in the States, those things that just happen abroad, right? But then we got our first case in Kenya, and then everything went to shit, right? Every single day not every single day, but every other day there was a new case. There's a new case every other day. And right now we are at, I think, 100 by the time I'm shooting this video. And almost 100 people have been infected, and a lot more have been quarantined, like were exposed to it. So I'm not sure if it's exposed, they're infected. Out of almost 100 are confirmed cases. But I'm not going to bore you with the statistics in this video, because this video is all about pushing through and getting over the phase. Because I've been in that phase of, okay, what are we gonna do? And then I did panic for some time, because I was thinking, okay, it's in my country, and Kenyans will be Kenyans. We're told don't move around, but this is us just moving around all over the place, you know. And that's how it spread even more. That's how so many more people are now, you know, quarantined, because guys just can't stay home for some reason. Bars have been closed. Clubs have been closed, guys. Now, I think guys got the seriousness about it when now the club was closed. Major social places where people gather, sports events were closed. Everything was on lockdown. We have a curfew now, and people are still outside past curfew. And this has, the cops have taken the opportunity to flex their muscles, you know, and show their authority, which I think that's another story for another day. But everything has just gone left, you know. And I was in that state of, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Is this the last days? As in, am I ready to go out like that? As in, if Christ would come now, am I really ready? You know, it's got me thinking about those things. And I know, like, you're listening to me and thinking, really, Sally? Like, you went there? Yeah, I did. I actually went there. Because if you look at the Bible, these are the signs of the times. Like, Christ spoke about it. He said the signs are going to be there. The Bible stated about locusts coming, rain stopping, and a pandemic coming. The rain stopped in Australia. There was massive fire. The locusts came to East Africa. And now we have this pandemic that's hurting the world. Like, God is trying to tell us something. And it's about time we listen. But here's the thing. And I was having a conversation with a few people, a few of my friends, online, of course. We stayed home. We are staying home. And they were like, you know what? God doesn't want one of my friends made a statement and said, God doesn't want us to scare us into serving him. You know what I mean? Like that's not his MO. His MO is like he's given us free will, like you choose. You want in or nah. You know, and the Bible says like it's you pick hot or cold, you can't be sitting on the fence, you can't be lukewarm, or he will spew you out. Right? So this is the time where I think for us Christians, this is a period in which now we have to self-reflect. This self-quarantine time is all about self-reflection and actually thinking about oneself and actually thinking about not oneself in terms of mental development. All those things are nice, yeah? But what about your spiritual aspect? Yes, you've written the business plan. Yes, it's fantastic. Now you have time to create content, to call up that friend, to have conversations with people, to, you know, stay home with the family and you know, bond and all these things. But what about your spiritual growth? Are we taking time to actually think about that? You know, because all these things, all this worldly, I put that in quote unquote, things are nice, and we have all these plans set for us after quarantine season, after Corona is over. You know, there's all these plans we're set to do. Great, but what about your spirituality? Right? This period I've seen so many people, and the world over, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, the world over, everyone is turning back to God now. There have been prayer services, there have been worldwide prayers, and everyone is praying basically back to God. But then after that, then what? We pray, we tell God, please. There's a verse that says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, then I will heal the land. I should find that verse. Let me find that verse. Let me say that verse. I have to say it. 1 second. Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven, I will forgive their sins and restore the land. So everybody is turning back to God. But I feel like everyone is turning back to God for one day. And then now everybody's now making plans. Because now we've gone back to the same space of before we actually turn back to God. You know, it was all about self. Like, we're still mean to our family, we're still greedy, we're still liars, we're still fornicators, we're still sinners. But I feel like this is like history repeating itself in the times where the Israelites they did what was right in their sight. Remember the story in the Bible? Genesis to Deuteronomy. They did what was right in their sight. And then God sent a group of people to come and take over. And then they were oppressed. And then when they're oppressed, they're crying to God, please God save us. Father, please help us, save us. And then God sent someone to come and save them. You know, like so Akina Moses, Akina Joseph, Akina David. I think this best describes in Judges. After those guys, after Joshua, Judges, then a judge was appointed. Gideon came up. Samson came up. Tabitha came up. So many judges came up, and the land was peaceful for quite some time until the judge died, and then they go back to their old ways, you know. And then it's like a vicious cycle. I feel like we're behaving like Israelites, like back in the day. You know, a vicious cycle, because we never remembered God until before this pandemic. Now everybody is all spiritual, all, crying out to God to just stop this, but not really stop this because they don't want to die, but stop this because they want to continue whatever plans they had for themselves. Does that make sense? Which got me thinking, okay, fine, Corona ends, and then what? Is your spiritual life in focus? Is your spiritual life set? Have you taken this time to actually turn back to God and stay there? Turning back to God is one thing, staying there is another. So I'm just on here to encourage you, give you food for thought. Corona is over. Is your spiritual life in check? Have you you've turned back to God? Yeah. Are you planning to stay there? I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below. What are some of the things that you've been building up on yourself, like with yourself during this time? Like this time, because everyone now has time. You have time to do whatever it is you want. What are some of the things you're doing? And have you thought about your spiritual life? Have you thought about staying in the presence of God? And if you have, how are you doing that? I want to know. Thank you for staying on this far and having this conversation with me. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up and click subscribe down below if you haven't already, and share this video with everyone. Like, have this conversation with people in your Christian family, Christian community. What do you guys think about it? Well, until the next one, stay safe, wash your hands, stay home, right?